We are live, playing All Hallows Eve, a Shadownet Shadowrun. Tonight, I am not GMing. The GM is, in fact, Netstew. Take it away.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to All Hallows Eve, a Shadowrun by yours truly. So, we have our four runners with us this evening. Both have gotten the acceptance for a job by a member of the Black Forest Troll Kingdom. And for those people that are uninitiated, the players, the characters, I mean, if they were so inclined, could do a periphery matrix search if they're not familiar with the Black Forest Troll Kingdom. It is not really part of the allied German states in Europe, but it is as well. It is its own kind of government, and it is a predominantly troll kingdom, but they also have orcs, and they are tolerant of humans and dwarves. The only metatype that they're pretty much not tolerant of is elves. Oh, but one of the people from there, a Felix Schmidt, is based out of Seattle, and he has requested the help of four Shadowrunners to assist him in this job. And yeah, so the meetup is at 11 o'clock. I guess it would be more like 8 p.m. for the Shadowrunners. And so yeah, we will introduce the characters. First will be Joe. Tell us a little bit about your character and where they live.
All right, so Jet is a full-body replacement street samurai. As much as Toaster will argue that's not what they are.
Fucking Razor Girl, goddammit.
Which means they are a significant portion of their body has been replaced by cyber limbs, because that's the best route, of course. They are sneaky and like to engage in unarmed combat and use heavy weapons. Because I'm a cool person, I got a picture commissioned by Ethan, ex-Centum. He's what I believe he goes by now. And she lives in downtown.
All right.
The best district.
So does Jet typically keep in the know, at least with certain news sources? I'm imagining she has at least a few different like ARO subscriptions to whatever news channels that she trusts or at least listens to.
Naturally, yes.
So, being kind of the day before All Hallows Eve, there's a lot of reports, about people taking safety measures, reminding people that starting at midnight, that certain districts are going to be pretty much locked down and security will be heightened because of the annual threat of Halloweeners pretty much coming out of the woodworks. Even additional clubs of Halloweeners coming into Seattle to pretty much just create anarchy and destruction. And as it stands, there's just not enough police force. Even with the KE's presence, there's not ever going to be enough people to patrol every district and every security zone. So they're going to remind people that live in lower income neighborhoods that they need to take extra precautions, because these people have a tendency to destroy public property and rape, kill, and murder whoever they deem necessary, because these are pretty much the scummiest anarchist gangers out there. And currently, it seems that a couple of them have even gotten a jump on the following day, and there's a all points bulletin. If you direct your attention to the lower left of the screen, there's a picture of, his name is Eduardo Diaz, but he goes by the street name Loco. He is an overweight orc ganger who has been wanted on multiple counts of murder and destruction of property.
Okay.
So you know that the meet's at roughly like 8 p.m. in Redmond. So do you have any plans on doing anything before the run?
Nothing pressing, really. I won't be taking my car there because I'd rather my car not get destroyed. I will still be walking there.
So you're going to be walking there?
Yes, and by walking I mean skimming.
That's fair. And does Jet typically use the road to skim? Because I know she can go pretty fast, or is she more like a rooftop parkour kind of gal?
I believe roads is what is street legal, so I don't know. It depends if a robot on skimmers counts as a vehicle or not legally.
That's a good question, but this is the kind of I mean, you notice that certain security precautions are not really being as enforced as, I mean, you live in downtown, so you're used to kind of dealing with everything from like C zones to AAA. And it definitely seems like, going through any of the C zones, like there's pretty much no police to be found. They're kind of all stocked up in either the A+ zones or at the district's intersections
All right.
themselves.
Well, in that case, it's calmly walk to the edge of the secure zones, then begin skimming on the probably the roads because they're clearer and less likely to involve falling off a rooftop and killing yourself at high speed.
That's fair. All right. Yeah, and Jet has a rating 4 sin.
Yes.
I imagine.
This is correct.
And you have more than a low lifestyle?
Yes, high lifestyle.
All right, great. So, yeah, don't have to do any lifestyle damage. So, yeah, I mean, you make your way over to the club, going through Redmond, and there's definitely an eerie silence, like there's like almost a haunting echo of darkness and just an eerie calm that's just settling in, like kind of like right before a storm. There's like this long silence that is just foreboding of what's to come. So, let's see. Why don't you go ahead and just make me a composure check on your way over there?
Okie doke.
Just see how she's handling herself. All right, yeah. So, I mean, Jet's not a pussy. She's seen her share of combat. Hell, I mean, she's killed cyber zombie trolls before, barehanded.
It's
So
scared
this
of
isn't
Halloween,
nothing.
especially
Yeah.
in Redmond when I'm in fairly close proximity to the bolt hole where I keep all my rocket launchers in.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's definitely a good reason to have confidence. But yeah, you make it over to the Wicker Thicket, which is it's an awakened club. But it's not like a posh garish one. I mean, this is kind of like where the older shamans and magicians of Seattle, especially like the lower income districts of Auburn and Redmond and Puyallup, kind of go to hang their hats at evening.
Alrighty.
All right, and let's move on to the next one. Alvard, let's introduce your character.
All right, so E-Break is from a small-time Irish mafia family in Boston. She escaped a coup attempt by the second in command and has come out to Seattle. She's really new to the area. She's had one job so far, trying to get her feet under her. She's definitely combat capable, a bit of facing skills, and while she's not as metal as Jet is, she probably has about the same amount of soul.
That's fair. So, being from Boston, she'd definitely be familiar with the Halloweeners. Has she had any previous Halloweens of note? Like, has she tangled with these clowns?
She probably has run into them a few times, but with the Halloweeners being Halloweeners on Halloween, she was probably working every Halloween, so
yeah, so it's not something that she's unaccustomed to.
yeah.
Oh, that's fair.